I'm Kim Coon alongside Elton Sawyer from NASCAR Competition with breaking news from the NASCAR Cup Series. The end of the Richmond race was one of the most controversial finishes of the season, but there are penalties. Elton, what are they?
Yeah, it'll be a 25-point deduction for the driver and the owner of the three car, as well as that win not allowing them to be eligible for the playoffs, as well as a 3-race suspension for the spotter. And for Joey Logano's actions on pit road, there'll be a $50,000 fine for that.
So just to clarify, the 3 team gets to keep the win, it just does not qualify them for the playoffs.
Yep, absolutely. All the purse, he'll be credited for the win, gets to keep the trophy. He's just not eligible for the playoffs.
After the race, you said NASCAR would look at all available data, including audio, video, SMT, spotter radio. What did the data show you regarding the contact between the 3 car and the 22 car that led to these penalties?
Yeah, I think in all due respect to the appeal process, we looked at this in the totality of everything that happened as you entered turn 3 and as the cars got to the start-finish line. So as we looked through all of that data, we came to the conclusion that a line had been crossed. Our sport has been based on, for many, many years, forever, on good, hard racing. Contact has been acceptable. We felt like in this case that the line was crossed.
So SMT showed intention.
In our view, that crossed the line, without a doubt. Again, our sport has been based on, strong emotions. It's been based off, win and you're in. But anything that we feel like from a sanctioning body that has crossed the line from a standpoint that compromises the integrity of our playoff format as well as our championship, we are going to get involved.
Why couldn't the call be made immediately after the race, during post-race?
Yeah, great question. The magnitude of this decision needed us to get back, get all the information, be able to work with all of our stakeholders, work with the folks in the industry, have a great deal of experience, gather all of that information, and then sit down and make a NASCAR decision, and that's what we did. Starting Sunday night, gathering the information, meeting again on Monday, as well as yesterday, and finally last night coming to a conclusion of where we landed on the penalty. You
mentioned the integrity of the sport. There could have been different penalties that were levied on the 3 team. The severity of the penalties we're seeing on the 3, was that directly to maintain the integrity of NASCAR?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this is not something that NASCAR really wants to get in the middle of. For years, we've allowed our drivers, and we will continue to allow them to race. Every one of the drivers in those National Series garages, Cup level, Xfinity level, and truck level, they understand where the line is. They may ask from time to time, where is the line? I guarantee you when you walk through there and you ask them, they will know where it is. So we just felt like in this case we needed to let them know that we know where the line is as well. And this is not something that we're going to tolerate.
Okay, so let's talk about the line, because after the race you also said our sport's been a contact sport for a long time. You always hear, where is the line? And did someone cross it? The last lap was awful close to the line. Now you've made it clear they crossed the line. Does this determine where exactly the line is and set a precedent?
I think if you look at it, again, from a 30,000-foot view, we take every situation, and I know it's a little cliche, but we take every situation and we look at that individually. We don't want to take and try to go back to 1986 and what happened in turn 3 with the 11 and the 3. It's ironic that those 2 numbers. But you do take and look at that given situation that happened, looking at Sunday night, and again, everything that happened as they entered turn 3 until they got to the start-finish line. We took all that in totality.
Historically, there has been a higher tolerance level for contact and the type of contact at short tracks. Richmond is a short track. But does this open the door for heavier policing of contact at Martinsville, at Bristol, and other short tracks?
I think if you look at it, the short answer would be, yeah, we're going to be on high alert. We don't want to be in the middle of this. We don't want to over officiate races, but also as stewards of the sport, the sanctioning body from time to time has to step in and kind of reset to make sure that our drivers understand, where the boundaries are. I hear that all the time. Where is the boundaries? Our goal here is to help define those boundaries, and when they go back and look and say, well, I know what is acceptable and I know what's not.
Keep coming down, run him down, right, Kim, come on.
The control is in the driver's hands. What was the thought behind the suspension of the 3-team spotter?
Yeah, if you look at the crew chief and you look at the spotter, and view them as calming voices in the driver's ear. In this case, it just felt like we've all listened to the audio. We know exactly what was said. We just felt like that's not what we need spotters doing. That's not what we need, crew chief sitting on the box. They're a calming voice to what the situation is in front of them. And they're supposed to be spotting for the race, not making, comments like were made, as we all know.
Regarding the incident on pit road with the 22 car, will NASCAR be making any changes to access or post-race protocol?
Yeah, some of this, we've got some work to do on our side. There was a lot of people on pit road, and there always is. We have our officials out there. So first and foremost, the drivers need to understand that, totally understand the emotion. I get it, I've been there a few years back, but you have to respect the fact that we do have people on pit road. Our officials will be there, security will be there. We'll do a better job on our side to make sure that families and young children and sponsors and of that nature are not on the hot side.
What message does NASCAR hope to send with these penalties, not just to the teams, but to everyone? Yeah,
I think the message to the industry is that we will step in and make a tough decision. Again, we gathered all the data. We would prefer not to be sitting here talking about this today, but want our garages to understand that we will do this if we have to. So go out, race hard, race like NASCAR drivers. They know what they can and can't do. I promise you, they know that. So go do that.
Elton, thank you for the time.
Thank you, Kim.
For more information on this developing story, stay tuned to NASCAR.com.